Show me how many ninth graders you had. Show me how many graduate. Do that for 5 years. It's only about 50%. So what happens to all those who didn't finish high school? That's why you got to take your economics classes. Who was the #1 employer of Black America? Who employs Black America more than any other organization or corporation? Walmart's #1. Who's #2? McDonald's. That's where we're working. You want more options than Walmart? I'm not knocking that. Walmart, McDonald's are corporate partners of ours. They give us big bucks. Not knocking that, but you might want more opportunity. So your job, get your degree. And then last but not least, these men and women flat out refuse to fail. There is a key to success. 3 simple words. You know what those words are? Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. So you bomb a test. It doesn't mean quit. It means we get them next time. So you fell short of the mark. All right, instead of taking your 15 hours, now you got to take an overload. Don't give up. So what? Here it is, your fall semester. You don't know how you're going to pay housing in the spring. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Don't give up. So what? You don't have a meal ticket. Find a way to make one. You don't give up. Success is a statistical event. That's all it is. Years ago, I had a presentation, and I'm going to shut up after this. Sony Columbia Records brought me in years ago. It was a strategic planning session. If you weren't an executive vice president for Sony Columbia Records, you didn't get into this resort, and I didn't present in front of you. And so I gave my little 2-hour presentation. Instead of going back to the hotel, throwing my little flip-flops and cargo shorts on, I said, let me spend some time with these folks. Executive Vice President, Sony Columbia Records. So over lunch, I said to him, man, you guys got some top acts. You got Lauryn Hill, you got Whitney Houston at the time, she was still with us. You got Mariah Carey, and you got this young group called Destiny's Child, and the talk is that one of them, Beyonce Knowles, is going to go out on her own. And Mr. Vice President said to me, he said, yeah, we're proud of all of our talent. And we're especially proud of, Destiny's Child, and we really got our eyes on Beyonce. He told me, he said, but you should have seen Beyonce Knowles when she was brought to us up in New York, Sony Columbia Records. I said, what do you mean? He said, when she was in 8th grade, she went to her father in Houston, Texas, and said, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of the singing lessons. I'm tired of these dancing lessons. You got me singing in a mall after church on Sunday. All the students are talking about me behind my back in junior high. I want to chuck it all. I just want to fit in. I want to be like the rest of the students. And I said to him, well, obviously something happened. What in the world happened? He said, well, Beyonce's #1 R&B group in you should meet those young ladies who were in Vogue. And I said, what did the Vogue tell Beyonce Knowles at the lowest point in her life? They told her believe. They told her believe. If you knew who walks beside you every day on this journey called life, you would never doubt or fear again. Now you fast forward the videotape, and I know you heard this story about this young 12-year-old girl in Houston, Texas, and she's enamored with Beyonce Knowles, and her father surprises her with Beyonce tickets. Beyonce's coming back to Houston to give a concert. Father goes to Ticketmaster, surprises his 12-year-old daughter, gets her front row seats. And there they are, and she and her father seeing Beyonce give the performance of her life. And instead of walking out after the concert, instead of walking out the front door of the facility, they take a side door and go out a back alley to take a shortcut to go up to the main street. And when they walk out that side door, guess who comes right behind them, waiting to be driven away in a chauffeur-driven limousine? Beyonce Knowles. And that 12-year-old girl instinctively breaks her father's hands, gets past the Beyonce security guard, runs up and says, oh, Beyonce, I can't believe I'm meeting you. I can't believe I'm finally shaking your hand, talking to you. If you came to my bedroom in my Houston home, you couldn't even tell the paint on the walls because I got all your posters. I've downloaded all your videos. I got your dance steps down cold. When I'm in the bathtub, when I'm in the shower, I grab the comb, I grab the brush, I act like I'm you. Sing it into the microphone. Beyonce, please tell me how I can be as great as you. What did Beyonce tell that little 12-year-old girl?
Believe.
She said, believe. Said, baby girl, do whatever you do so well, no one can ignore you. do whatever you do so well, people can't take their eyes off you. So you believe and you commit yourself to excellence. One last thing to your generation, no excuses. Don't want to hear it. Sorry, don't want to hear it. Because you're the first generation of African Americans who never heard the word no. See, no one ever told you you can't eat this. You can't eat in this restaurant. No one ever said you can't eat in this restaurant. No one ever said the balcony for the movie theater. No one ever said, gee, I'm sorry, I know you're thirsty, but you ain't sipping out that water fountain. No one ever told you, back in the bus, this white woman. See, no one ever told you no. Don't you take it for granted. Don't you take it for granted. Yesterday, I got a letter, and I always get these letters from black males incarcerated in institutions. And I felt compelled to read it to my class yesterday. Young one. And after we got through reading the letter, I looked at the black men in my class. I said, "Does this letter mean anything to you?" And they said, "Well, no, not really." I said, "Okay, great. You took all the black men who are incarcerated in federal penitentiaries right now, who are in jail right now, or who are on parole right now, that number will be greater than all the black men who were enslaved in 1850.